I think just hard work really. I think the work we do in the training ground, it's really paying off, and I think everyone just buying into the manager's ideas from day one. So I think that's got a big part to play.
Has it been any different? And if it's so, how different has it been to anything that you've worked under before?
Yeah, a little different. You know, like you say, the style of football's the main thing, and I think it makes a difference. All the boys, every single one's buying into it, and the work we put in on the training ground, I think, really important. I think that sets the tone for the weekend. So no, I think massively the work done on the training pitch.
With the record that you've got though so far, pretty much perfect. So in terms of results, how long do you think that this record can continue? Are you now looking? I know you all look game by game, but how long do you think you can keep this 100% record up?
No, I think like you said there, I think game by game. I think that's the most important thing. I think as players and management staff, we won't look any further ahead than the next game. And once we've played that game, we'll look to the next one. So just one game at a time.
2 seasons ago, Rangers went through the entire league campaign unbeaten. Do you think that is possible in the Championship?
I think it's possible, yeah, but I don't think we can look too far ahead at all. Like I said, one game at a time, and we'll do that, and we'll keep working hard.
Yeah, the manager has set very high standards. He's spoken about some of his kind of tests and such like, but you're saying the players have bought into it, because you'd sometimes wonder with the players kind of being resist that a little bit and think, why do these standards need to be so high?
Yeah, like you said, everyone has bought into it, and it's a big thing with the manager, and I think as players as well, we demand high standards from each other, and as soon as we let these standards slip, then you might have a problem. So for us, we just need to keep the standard high and, like I say, keep working really hard.
Is that why you felt the players felt they had to have this inquest after the game last weekend? Some folk might think you won it 3-0.
Yeah, we won 3-0, but I think as players, like I said, I think we let our standards drop slightly. The performance wasn't as good as it had been in previous weeks. So for us, even though we won 3-0, the standards weren't there, and we need to get the high standards back this weekend.
You say it's one game at a time when you're preparing for these games. How much focus do you put on the opposition, or is it mainly about what you're doing?
I think if we do our jobs, that's the main thing, but you do need to obviously respect opposition. Every team you play you need to respect, and you need to have a little look at them and their strengths obviously. And but I think if you do your things right, hopefully that's enough.
You played a big part obviously in Hearts' team last season, and you spoke about how there's the same team spirit here that there is there. How do the two teams compare, coming from that side?
I think there is comparisons. Like I said before, the main thing is I think just the togetherness in the dressing room. It's a real tight unit here, as it was last season at Hearts, and the boys really get on well, and there's a great atmosphere around the changing room and the training field, so I think it definitely helps.
Do you think this Rangers side can beat Hearts' record last season?
I don't know, like I said, one game at a time. I think that's the most important thing, not to look too far ahead, and just one game at a time and keep the standards high. Like I said, at the weekend we felt as players the standards dropped slightly, so we need to get these standards back at the weekend.
In terms of style of play, you mentioned that it's really good here. How does it compare to your Hearts?
Yeah, I think it was quite similar at Hearts as well, trying to play for the back. But the managers came in with Davey, and from day one they implemented their style in it, and I think it's worked really, really well so far.
What has Mark Warburton done for your game?
I think just really positive, lets you go and express yourself. I think it'd be the same for every player. Just to go and I think to play in this team, it's really enjoyable as a player. Loads of touches on the ball and in the passing game, and it's great, and you get the chance to go forward and maybe grab yourself a few goals or stuff like that. So I think if you asked all the boys, they thoroughly enjoyed it so far.
Do you feel vindicated by the start the Rangers have made to come to Ibrox?
Yeah, well, obviously when I came the season had started, so I think so far we've done great, but that's just only 10 games we've played, I think. But I think the emphasis is to not look too far ahead. One game at a time is really important, and keep the standards high.